Welcome back. The Arts and Culture Department is calling for artists and culture and heritage practitioners to submit proposals for funding. The department says through its Mzansi Golden Economy work streams, it will be funding arts, culture and heritage projects in order to contribute to economic growth and job creation in the sector. Maschaba Ndlovu, the spokesperson for that department, joins us now live virtually. Thank you very much, Maschaba, for your time. Just explain to us, first of all, how artists would be able to send these proposals for funding.
Good morning to your viewers, and thank you so much for the opportunity. And good morning to you, Masiho. So basically, just to take you a step back, the Department of Sport, Arts and Culture embarked on a strategy to reposition the arts, culture and heritage sector as key players in government's program of action for social cohesion as well as economic development. And to this end, the department convened a consultative conference in April of 2011 for arts, culture and heritage sector stakeholders to deliberate on various proposals to optimize the contribution of these sectors to these priorities and specifically to the new growth plan, right? So prior to the conference, there was a review of developmental efforts to date, accompanied by consultations with these role players. And the review and consultations were used to generate like a high-level problem statement and develop a strategy and make specific proposals as well, including new large-scale interventions focusing on the creative and cultural industries. So the Mzansi Golden Economy strategy, or MGE, was the outcome of these processes. And the strategy also considers the arts, culture and heritage sector as the new gold, hence the name Mzansi Golden Economy, which has the potential to increase economic growth and create jobs in South Africa, which is what we all need, especially considering that we are in the middle of a pandemic that no one could absolutely see coming. Now, the process for application is really quite simple. The first thing you need to do is to make sure that you are registered, right, with the government portal, which is at www.eservices.gov.za. And if you are already registered, you can just simply use your login credentials to make sure that you land on the e-services menu. And from then on, you will select a specific tab, which is the DSAC MGE online services portal, and that will take you to the page where you can apply. It's really quite simple, and I have to emphasize the fact that we are only considering online applications for reasons that we want to streamline the process for more effective communication, as well as to make sure that we are quicker with our turnaround communication times.
Exactly how would MGE be able to assist with job creation and economic growth?
So one of the things that we have realized is the great need to develop audiences and to create enhanced markets, amongst other things. And the objectives of the MGE are really multifaceted to stimulate demand, really. The result will be the expansion of supply and work opportunities. The focus areas as well are quite critical, which I'll get into in just a moment. But audience development and consumption are key to building on existing initiatives. The aim of the program is to elevate projects into large-scale national programs to develop audiences for the creative and cultural industries and to increase the consumption offerings as well. And it's really quite critical to mention that employment rates in South Africa, we know, I mean, Stats SA has all the figures available online, and what we're really trying to do is to also increase employment levels within the industry as well.
Now, let's talk about the relationship between the department and artists, especially in the last 14 to 15 months or so. It's been quite dented because of the whole saga about the relief fund. So what do you say to that and that relationship being, tumultuous at the moment? Artists, camping outside the minister's office, for instance, demanding to get paid, feeling like they aren't being listened to.
We have noted all the sentiments coming from the arts sector, and really Minister Natin Tetwa has been at pains to receive some feedback from some artists who have not received their relief funding. But it is also important to note that a considerable amount of artists have benefited from the relief fund, and perhaps we need to amplify that communication more so that we're able to showcase as much as possible those that have in fact benefited from the relief fund. But over and above this, to ensure that there is an absence of communication issues in this regard, because I think the biggest gripe for artists, especially with the third phase relief funding, has been a lack of clarity around the turnaround times for them to receive that particular funding. But we will be issuing out a statement, another one, because we have been keeping the sector appraised. If you just log on to our websites, specifically the www.dac.gov.za, we are constantly updating the public on how many people have benefited, as well as how many people are yet to benefit. But we thought it prudent to start with the individual applications, which have been finalized, and then move on to the organizational applications as well.
All right, Masithaba Ndlovu, thank you very much for your time. She is the spokesperson for the Department of Arts, Culture and Sports.